Imagine you or your sister or daughter or wife is attacked, sexually assaulted, a devastating violent crime. You or your loved one reports it to the police and undergoes an excruciatingly thorough exam to collect physical evidence. And then that evidence sits on a shelf for days, weeks, months, years, and sometimes decades untouched. 11,341 untested rape kits languished until Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy created an initiative to get them investigated. And then everyday women made it happen. We first heard about it back in 2009.
Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy says more than 10,000 rape kits remain unanalyzed in a police property room.
Thousands of kits were piled up, gathering dust, some for 30 years. Each kit represented a woman who must have felt forgotten.
Rape kits are the result of between 5 and 10 hours of very invasive testing that a woman has to go through following the worst experience of her life.
2009 was a tough time to ask for money, but Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy was undeterred. She fought for government funding and secured celebrity help. But even after the cost to test one rape kit was negotiated down from $1,500 to $490, it still wasn't enough.
In 2014, Kim Worthy came to Michigan Women's Foundation, went to all the philanthropic foundations and said, "Can you help?"
That call to action set off a chain of action, women activating other women to get involved, starting with an unprecedented public-private partnership called Enough Said, Enough Sexual Assault in Detroit.
It's critically important to not only test the kits, but also to investigate and prosecute them, because that's the only way, number one, true justice will happen, and also that's the only way we'll have a safe Detroit in southeastern Michigan.
In a way, testing the kits is the easy part. Once there's a hit, it takes manpower to find and prosecute suspects who are sometimes living out of state.
When we first started this work, there were only 2 people in the cold case unit working on this. And as I said, it will be nationwide. Now there are 20. I mean, in truth, 40, 60 would be great to really get this going at the pace that it could.
The grassroots domino effect accelerated when the Michigan Women's Foundation reached out to community leaders like Kim Trent. I met up with Kim at the Detroit Association of Women's Clubs, the historical home where women of color have come to meet for nearly a century. When Kim got the call, she decided to take action.
So I called PEG the next day and I said, what is the percentage for how many African-American women were affected by this? And she said 81%. I don't think anyone purposely said, well, we don't care about rape and we're not going to process kids, but it does speak to how women are valued in our society.
In October of 2015, more than 100 prominent women stood on the porch of the Detroit Association of Women's Clubs to make a promise.
We will not stop until we get this done.
PEG told Kim it would cost $670,000 to test the remaining rape kits, and the newly created African American 490 Challenge vowed to raise the money, $490, because that's the cost to test one kit.
Even if you don't have $490, you might have 10 friends who have $49, or you might have 100 friends who have $4.90. I mean, it is an amount that you can raise.
A fundraising blitz pitted U of M alumni against Michigan State grads and raised $30,000 in 1 week. So the AA 490 Challenge threw down the gauntlet among African American sororities Delta Sigma Theta, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and Zeta Phi Beta.
And to see how creative each group became competitively against one another in a sisterly way. But it came down to the wire.
It got really intense. It was intense. I do have to say that Delta Sigma Theta did ultimately win.
That's the type of philanthropy you want to see happening.
$5 from every ticket sold to singer Erykah Badu's concert at Chene Park went to the AA 490 Challenge. That was $25,000 in one night, and Badu pledged to match $25,000 at every one of her concerts until the goal is reached. A group of African-American men joined in, helping the AA 490 Challenge get about halfway to its goal. Donations to the overall rape kit effort have ranged from $5 to $500,000.
A canasta club started putting half of all of their pots into this, and people from all 50 states contributed. People from 13 foreign countries contributed.
The research shows that each rapist rapes on average of 7 to 11 women. So if you take one rapist off the street, you're really protecting 7 to 11 more victims.
And here's some more numbers. Of the more than 10,000 kits that have now been tested, almost 750 serial rapists are in that group. They got hits in 40 states. Several hundred are being investigated. More than 40 convictions so far, but it's important to remember that behind every number, there's a woman, a survivor.
I've spent a lot of time with a woman who was a 13-year-old girl raped in Detroit 20 years ago. And she believed the reason that she never heard that they had gotten her guy was because her family moved a lot of times. So when she got the knock on the door telling her that in fact, 20 years later, she was, by luck of the draw, one of the first kits tested, her assailant tested with 3 other cases, and he's now doing 3 30 to 60-year terms. He'll never get out of jail.
Sometimes I'll talk to folks, and the first thing they say is, why should we, as private citizens, have to pay for rape kits? Why do we have a government? And you know, when people say that, all I can say back is, you're right. We should not have to be doing this. I mean, this is something, it's clearly a failure of government.
I think the most important thing people should think about is that individual support and families and corporations leverages elected officials to move. Since we've raised about $1.6 million of private funds, we have gotten more than $8 million of money from the federal, state, county, and city governments. So we want to ask people to help us to continue to keep the heat on by telling them this is important. Elected officials want to do what their constituents want, and this is important.
In 2014, Governor Snyder signed legislation that sets time limits on the processing of new rape kits, about a month to get it to a lab and 90 days for the lab to analyze it. But again, that's just the beginning. Investigators need vehicles, case management software, and more to track down suspected rapists and prosecute them. It's important to note this isn't just a Detroit problem. Thousands of kits sit waiting in other cities across the country. But what is unique about Detroit, the solution here is the people.
This level of Detroit has always existed. We've always worked together in our churches, in our organizations, in our block clubs, and we've always addressed needs, and we've always gotten results, and we always will.
Boy, what an amazing group of women. To find out more about their efforts, including how to donate, you can go to the First Block page at clickondetroit.com.